What risks have I taken that I don't regret? After all, while simplifying my life helps me to focus on my goals, I will admit that achieving some of these goals was at times uncomfortable and challenging. In sharing a few of these decisions, I hope to encourage you to step out of your comfort zone and take risks that will help you achieve your life goals and dreams. Welcome to my channel. I'm Maria, and in my channel I focus on how simple living helps us to have a healthy life. So I'm going to share 4 big decisions that my husband and I made that we were hesitant about, but now looking back on, I am so glad we made these choices. So here goes. So my first decision that I don't regret is not getting a bigger house. So there was a time when my husband and I started our family where we thought of getting a bigger house. We live in a modest 3-bedroom house, and we had a lot of friends who lived in bigger and fancier houses in new neighborhoods, and every time we visited we felt quite inadequate, and we would come home to our own house and feel like we lived in a closet compared to where our friends lived. So we looked at bigger houses and newer neighborhoods, but each place took us farther away from our work and certain conveniences. The place where we currently live is walking distance to stores, restaurants, schools, and other places that we frequented. But we were tempted by the big and shiny new things and the prospect of moving to a larger house. However, after spending a lot of time looking at these beautiful new houses, we needed to admit that moving meant that it would cost us more money and more time in upkeep and commuting. The other thing we considered was that our current house served our needs, and looking far ahead, we also thought that when our children grew up and moved away, we didn't want to take care of a big house. Plus, we knew there would be a time when stairs would be difficult. So we decided to stay, make some improvements and additions to our current house. Staying in our modest house was one of the best decisions we made because we have been able to keep our monthly payments low, and now that our kids are out of the house, I am so thankful that we don't have a lot of house to upkeep and maintain and can keep things simple. My second decision that I don't regret is being a stay-at-home mom when my children were young. This was hard because it meant that we needed to adjust to a lower income without me working. Also, this decision came with a struggle of feeling that I was not contributing to our family. I had to overcome feelings that I wasn't enough and that I was not fitting society's definition of success. We had to make conscious decisions about our lifestyle, such as not being able to take as many vacations or affording as many things or buying that new house or not eating out as often. And you know what I learned from this? I learned how to budget, live frugally, find bargains, live with less stuff, live a simpler life, and most importantly, being available for my children and spending time with them, because I know that looking back one day, I would probably regret not spending time with them over not being able to buy them stuff. And I love being there for their milestones and being able to volunteer in their schools and activities. Now, I understand that not a lot of people can make this decision, especially now with the rising cost of living. We were definitely fortunate that I could make this decision. And I do want to point out that while I did stay at home with my children during their early years, I did find little ways to make money here and there, and also how to invest. So that was a period of a lot of learning and trusting in God. And looking back now as an empty nester, if I had to do life all over, staying at home with my children during their early years is one decision I would definitely do again. What are your thoughts so far? What decisions have you made that you are glad you did and will have no regrets? Please share in the comments below and hit the like button and subscribe if this is helping you so far. I have 2 more big decisions that I want to share, and this next one was the most challenging one that stretched our faith. This decision was adopting my son. So my husband and I, we went through secondary infertility where I was able to get pregnant with our daughter, but my body decided that was enough and couldn't have another baby. So after 3 miscarriages, we decided to adopt. This decision was one of the hardest ones of our life because so many emotions went into it. Making the decision to adopt took a lot of conversations between me and my husband, self-reflection, talks with friends who went through this process, and lots of prayer. My husband was actually ready before me to adopt. I'm the overthinker and did a lot more thinking and researching, and it finally took a friend who asked me, when you look back one day, what will you regret more, adopting or not adopting? And I knew without a doubt that I would regret not adopting. So I had to take that leap of faith, kick fear in the face over all the possible things that could go wrong and move forward. And even though my son and I butt heads and drive each other crazy at times, I can't imagine life without my son. After adopting him when he was 3 years old, he has brought color and excitement into our otherwise introverted and quiet lives. By adopting him, I learned to take risks where I wouldn't otherwise. And how did this help me in my simple living journey? I stayed home with him too for a couple years and added to my skills of frugal living and living with less. I did make a video about secondary infertility and more details about my journey to adopt my son that I will post a link in the description below. That video is on a different channel that I make for my child development students, but check it out if you would like to hear my story there. My fourth decision is more broad because so many decisions fall under this category, and this is to try new things, to go to new places and take risks. It can be as simple as trying new restaurants or a new type of food, even switching out of a job or a career path that no longer feels fulfilling, or volunteering at the local food bank can take us out of our daily grind and open our eyes to the needs beyond ourselves. Get out and do something new. Take that vacation to a new destination instead of doing the same thing year after year. Or start your own business. For me, starting this channel is definitely challenging, and even if nothing comes from it, I hope that it just becomes part of my legacy to pass down to my kids and their children and any generations that come after them. Living a simple life does not mean being complacent, passive, or sheltered. It allows us to focus on our goals and dreams. What decision are you facing now that you are wondering if you want to move forward? Think about it and weigh the pros and cons and ask yourself, will you regret going forward with this decision or not taking a chance? Let us know in the comments below. If this video helped you, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Here's another video that can help you on your journey to simple living to a healthy life.